Hello everyone and welcome back. Dark Souls 1 has 120 weapons, from spears to halberds, bows and whips. Some are better than others. Some fast, some slow, and some are so rare that you've probably never seen them be used. The weapon we're talking about today only has a 1% drop rate, and what makes it even rarer is that it drops from an already rare enemy type, the Banshee. The Banshee are a special version of the Anor Londo ghosts. They hold a ghost baby in their arms as well as a blade. There's only 2 of these ghosts in the entire game. They do respawn, but to farm them means dying and running all the way back from Firelink Shrine and killing the ghosts again. But if you do commit hours and hours and are lucky enough, you may have a chance of receiving the Ghost Blade. Yeah, pretty underwhelming. It's honestly not that great. It barely stacks with your stats and it's not very good straight out the box. It also requires Twinkling Titanite to upgrade, which is already a rare upgrading material. So with all this in mind, I had the bright idea of wondering, well, can you beat Dark Souls 1 with the Ghost Blade, the rarest weapon in the game? Let's find out. Before we begin this challenge, I'll go over the rules of the run. I won't be summoning any phantoms to help out in any boss fights. I also won't be using any weapons for the entirety of the run, except for the Ghost Blade. Pretty simple. Our journey begins like all Dark Souls journeys do, at the character creation screen. I choose the Hunter as I like the axe, and I try to inject some artificial luck into the game file and set off. We wake up, exit the cell, wonder why we even started this ridiculous venture in the first place, and head on. We get through the asylum, chop down the asylum demon's tree trunk legs with our trusty axe and get picked up via pigeon to Firelink. We pick up some humanity, then make our way past the hollows and get some super sneaky humanity on this wall before going down to New Londo ruins. Once down, I make my way over to the rickety bridge, grab some transient curs and cross the bridge, then picking up the firekeeper soul for more humanity. I needed 10 humanity, as humanity scales with item discovery and maxes out at 10, so this firekeeper soul as well as the humanity we found scattered around the world bring us to that magic number, making it more likely to retrieve the Ghost Blade. Other items could also help us out, but we have to defeat bosses to get them, and I'm starting this challenge from the earliest point possible. With our firekeeper soul consumed, we make our way back up and through the secret entrance to Blighttown, but skip it to head instead to the Undead Burg. We get to the Undead Parish, rest, get a guaranteed Titanite shard from the Steel Boy, and buy more from Andre and take our axe to a +5. We make our way back down to New Londo and start farming. The first ghost is fairly easy to kill. She is on her own out of the way and you can kill her before the other ghosts get to you. The second ghost, however, is in a room designed as a trap. As soon as you enter the room, you are ambushed and there's almost no chance of getting out unless you upgrade your health a few notches. However, we power through, and after attempts and attempts, I decided for some bizarre reason to use the Dark Sign. Now, there's something really interesting about the Dark Sign, or you could say interesting, or you could say really frustrating. When you die in Dark Souls, you get to retrieve your souls. When you use the Dark Sign, you don't. With our humanity gone, I decided to make a new character, do the same thing, but with a halberd instead, which worked even less well, and after failing so many times that I lost all of my transient curses, practically soft-locking me, I took a new approach. So, I created a new character, killed the asylum boy, fire-linked, went down, went up, went through, went up and up and up, and got to the parish again. This time I was going to try to get the Black Knight weapons. The one we passed was a bust, and we tried the next one available, which was a Greatsword Black Knight, who gave me some trouble in the past. Also no luck. We then headed to the Black Knight underneath the Burg and finally received the Black Knight sword. We then went to Andre, upgraded the sword and upgraded our health, marvelled at our humanity and headed back to New Londo ruins to grind and grind and grind. We are now probably at the most optimal way to farm these ghosts, and the most efficient way is to rest at the fire link and keep making our way from there, killing ourselves when we killed the ghosts, rinse and repeat. It took some hours and some risky attempts and a lot of dying before it finally happened. So now that we've got the ghost blade, it's about time we use it. We head towards the undead burg and give it a try. Yeah, not too bad. The dagger is also not upgraded yet, so things aren't looking too bleak. Let's see how long that will last. We head further up the undead burg, slowly make our way past the hollows and head over to the undead bridge, past more hollows, and we open the locked door with our master key and grab the gold pine resin for our dagger. Yoink! Which is very important for the run. Ah, great. Yep, the resin isn't compatible with our dagger, which means we're gonna have to use it completely naked. We carry on and make our way down to Havel and find one of the benefits of the dagger, which is the parry damage. So we managed to make small work of Havel and steal his ring, which is almost crucial for this run. The Havel ring, along with the wolf ring, brings our poise right up, making it hard for enemies to stagger us and allowing us to be able to get more swings in. We make our way back up to the top of the tower, kill the lizard and prepare for the Taurus demon. We climb the ladder, take down the archers and trigger the fight. Let's check out the damage. Yep, not great. We climb back up the ladder and go for the plunging attack. I said, go for the plunging attack. And finally finish off the Taurus demon. Not the best fight, and we need to get this thing upgraded. We then make our way towards the hot bridge and get a nice tan. We lure the dragon out and take his spot. Move your feet, lose your seat. We then open the gate and make our way up towards the boar, run past him and all the hollow soldiers, and to the undead parish bonfire to rest and upgrade our weapon. We make our way into the church, past the hollows again and climb the ladder to the gargoyles on the roof. This proved tricky. Obviously to me, a Dark Souls expert and connoisseur, nothing is really much of a challenge if you know what I'm saying. But this was definitely tricky. We run out of estus and have to resort to using humanity. The main difficulty is the dagger's reach. If you're not pretty much up the enemy's arse, you're probably not going to hit it with your dagger, which proved to be a problem. Because by the time I'm within reach, I get pummeled. But eventually, the gargoyle A and B go down and we ring the bell of awakening. We homeward bone out of there, rest and level up, mainly vitality. We pass Andre on the way down to the Darkroot Garden and make our way towards Quelaag. We pass the Blue Boys and the Sleepy Boy along with the Rickety Bridge and make our way down to Blighttown. We make our way down onto the elevator to the We climb onto the elevator, go down, grab some souls and rest. We then become human and trigger the Mildred fight. We kill her with relative ease and grab what we wanted from her, which is the humanity, which we want just in case we run out of estus. We then make our way out of Blighttown and into Quelaag's domain. Into the fight we go, and let's see what kind of damage we're working with. Well, that's not good. Piece by piece, dodging her lava attacks, we take her down. The damage is abysmal, but we slowly get the upper hand, although we did come close to the edge of being burned alive a couple times. But finally she was vanquished. We get her soul, climb up and ring the bell of awakening. We then go down to the secret bonfire and kill Quelaag's sister, much to this dude's dismay.
Why, you monster! What have you done? What have you done? Ah!
We can then pick up her firekeeper soul and upgrade our estus flask the next chance we get. With that, we make our way back into Blighttown, up the rickety scaffolding, up the elevator and get inevitably shot with a toxic dart. So we make our way out to the Firelink Shrine, planning to use the bonfire there, but I completely forgot about Lautrec, who killed the Firekeeper at Firelink Shrine. This must be revenge for the last video. We then have to make our way past Firelink Shrine, still toxic and running dangerously low on estus. We got the elevator to the undead parish and finally rest at the bonfire there. After ringing the bells of awakening, we can then make our way into Sen's fortress. We pass the lizards, climb up the stairs across the narrow platforms and get knocked straight down to the beginning. Not to be deterred, we do the same thing. We pass the lizard, walk through the fortress and wait for the ball to do its job. We continue up past the dinner party lizard and up the stairs. We then once again defy the laws of physics, baffling scientists all across Lordran. We continue up the final stretch and past the pointy pendulums and up the stairs. We finally get to the top and make our way over to the secret bonfire. Finally, we can rest and level up and prepare for the Iron Giant fight. This one was not very fun. We make our way over to the boss gate, walk through and take a swing. Ah, dear God. Well, maybe if we just work hard and concentrate, we can slowly, We get close once again, but then he picks me up like a ragdoll and threw me back to the bottom of Sen's fortress. We kept getting close, but it was obvious that this wasn't going to work with the narrow strip of wall. He'd just keep throwing me back down. So the next run, we killed Temper Tantrum Tom again, like last time. And try again. Still no luck. The next run we do the same. I stay in the center of the arena, so if I get chucked, I won't fall off the edge. I slowly work away at his legs, hoping to get the stagger animation. Slowly, we deplete the huge health bar until the Iron Giant falls. Ouch. I was optimistic and pessimistic at the same time. The glass was neither half empty or half full. On one hand, I'd got past Sen's fortress and was halfway through the challenge. On the other hand, however, this wasn't going to get any easier. Before we move forward anymore, we actually make our way down Sen's fortress, back down to the Darkroot Garden, take the elevator down to the Blue Boys and pass them up to this ladder on the side. Up here lies the red Tearstone ring. When our health drops to a certain point, the ring will activate and increase our damage, which will come in very handy, but it also means that we have to be a couple hits from dying, hence why we've upgraded our health. We then die to respawn at Sen's fortress and make our way to Anor Londo. Once there, we make our way to the first bonfire, rest, feed our Firekeeper soul to the Firekeeper, and then kill her.
This is a threat.
We then walk out of the bonfire room onto the elevator and make our way down. Drop onto the left onto the makeshift bridge. We then break into the Great Hall, make our way up the ladder, dodging the painted guardians. We balance along the beams and make a leap of faith onto the ledge on the right. We can now turn the lever and make our way into an inner Anor Londo. We climb the stairs and make our way up right past the gargoyles and up towards the Bowman Silver Knights. And I tried to grab a soul hidden behind this one and yeah. Trying once more, we actually get the soul. And wow, I really need to get better at this game. We then finally get past the Silver Knights and manage to rest at the bonfire. We also get past the Silver Knight guarding the door into this secret fireplace and pick up Havel's gear. We equip the armor, still being able to fast roll. We then go up and around to the giant blacksmith, and after grinding some Silver Knights, we manage to buy some twinkling titanite and upgrade our ghost blade. We then go back to the bonfire, rest, and turn to human form and face off against Lautrec and his mates. We kill him, receive the Fap Ring and a Firekeeper soul for our troubles. We then finally face off against Ornstein and Smo, and even though we upgraded our equipment, we still hit like a wet flannel. This boss fight was not ideal. One benefit though was our quick movement of the dagger, which allowed us to dodge after successful attacks, so Ornstein slowly but surely went down. Smo is up next, and after some careful dodging and successful hits, we take him down as well on our first try. Things were finally starting to look up. This wouldn't last long. Not knowing this yet though, we get the Lord Vessel and place it, opening up 4 new paths. Once the vessel was placed, we went back to Firelink Shrine and decided to head down to the catacombs to get the Rite of Kindling, allowing us to upgrade our Estus flask capacity to 20. Don't judge me. We head over to the graveyard, past the skeletons and down into the dark ruins of the catacombs. We kill the necromancer, rest up, open the gate to the next area, past the skellies and take a shortcut to the bottom. We don't summon Leroy and instead head straight to Pinwheel. We enter and for once fight an easy opponent. The pinwheel is popped and we gain the Mother Mask and the Rite of Kindling. I said don't judge me. We then make our way blind through the Tomb of Giants, dodging the big boys and finding the bonfire below. Finding our way up the ladder, we knock this bald fella down into the pit below to make sure he doesn't do the same to us. And now that he's down there, there's no way he could possibly... It's okay. I needed to come down here anyway. We collect the lamp and swarm back at the bonfire, and we don't get our revenge and instead have a civilized conversation about the social economical state of the world.
Oh, brilliant.
Moving on from him, we make our way through the skeletons and we make our way through the tunnel for real this time and kill this lizard. Paladin Leroy then appears and we take care of him as well. We get past the worm skellies and the bowman skellies, make our way past the mini skellies and past the fake pinwheels, straight down to Nito. We don't mess about. My strategy for this one was to draw Nito close, away from the giant skellies, because if they join in, I'm f***ed. Let's check out the damage. This was going to be very difficult. But not to be deterred, I chopped away at the health bar, encouraging Nito's AoE attack to get rid of these annoying skellies. All was going well until... We try again, but this time we trigger the big boys and this attempt falls flat on its face. Before trying again, we use our souls and level up a bit. We then try again and manage not to trigger the large skellies, and after minutes of slowly dwindling his health with our terrible rare dagger, Nito and his minions finally go down. We then rest and travel back to the Undead Parish and travel downstairs to buy the Crest of Artoria. How much?
You've got some nerve.
We then head for the Darkroot Garden. Avoiding the woodland critters, we speak to the Fat Cat and get the Fat Cat ring after joining her covenant. We join the covenant so that this ninja appears, and we kick him off the edge and receive my favourite ring in the entire game. But before we can use it, we have to run away from the groupies. We then get to Sif, and this wasn't too difficult, although getting close enough to him for my dagger to make contact was a challenge in itself, but eventually Sif also goes down. We then travel to Anor Londo and make our way to Sif the Scaleless. Yes, it was only going to get more difficult from here. We barely scrape past the balls and we head upstairs past the channeler and up the lift. We then get to the meth addict and yeah, not my proudest moment. We do the same thing, defeat the meth addict and make our way into Sif's room and get immediately chucked out like a mother with a disobedient son.
Killing me! Get the fuck out of my room and play Minecraft!
We then escape prison and open the large door keeping us in the dungeon after stealing it from the lizards, and head towards the library upper level. We pass the channeler, switch the stairs and go through the passage, down the ladder and open the secret passage, rest up and upgrade our estus. We then make our way towards Seath, opening the hidden stairs and heading down to the crystal cave. We get further down and make our way past all the crystal golems and past the clams, exiting the game and resuming our save to get rid of all the clams that end up scattered around the arena. We break his invincibility spike and work away at his health bar with our pointy ghost stick. And we're making small progress until... brilliant. Not to be deterred by the curse effect, I try again, but this was going to be impossible with this tiny health bar, and we die once again. We had to go back. We go back to the gargoyle arena from earlier and get some purging stones to reverse the curse. With this done, we try again at Seath. The trick this time was to stay away from his main body and attack his fat long legs. Staying away from his AoE crystal attack, I get my health bar low enough for the red tearstone ring to activate and we finally take down Seath the Scaleless. With 2 Lord Souls collected, the final stretch of the game was on. We travel to the Daughter of Chaos bonfire and travel over to Ceaseless Discharge. Last time he gave me big problems. Now the easy part... okay. But this time, we didn't disconnect and we lure him to the edge of the arena and push him with our scary dagger. With Ceaseless taken care of, we make great progress and move along down the now drained lava pit, past the goat demon and make our way down to the next bonfire. We rest up before moving forward. We make our way past the fat boys and the Taurus demons and make our way into the demon fire sage boss arena. This one wasn't too difficult. The ghost blade, now fully upgraded, tears him down and we move on to the centipede demon. The centipede demon definitely wasn't easy. His attacks were doing so much damage and with our ghost blade barely touching the health bar, we did struggle. But we kept going and eventually we get our firewalking ring and head to the next bonfire. With the firewalking ring equipped, we head into the lava room and navigate through the lava to find a huge soul of a hero and the next bonfire. With the bed of chaos in our sights, I move swiftly on through the lava pit and steadily on up. We move through the fat boys and up the stairs past this thing, kill the witch and head down to the bed of chaos. We head to the right easiest stage and I make my way through the barrier and begin the ground falling stage. I back out of the game at this point to save walking back to the middle, and when we load back in I head down and to the left. We back out again and now we just have to go straight through the bed. Not ideal. However, we try again and this time we put the bed of chaos to sleep. Now on to the final boss, the 4 Kings. I left this one till last for a reason, because to be perfectly honest I wasn't sure if it was possible. If you don't defeat the Kings in a timely fashion, more will spawn in and you will be overwhelmed. Despite this, however, we soldier on. We get down to New Londo Ruins, the old stomping ground. We pass the ghosts and drain the flooded ruins before travelling back to Firelink Shrine to be fully prepared for the onslaught. We enter the boss room and start the fight. We don't start off too badly and make progress on the health bar. We dodge his attacks and get hit by others, but as I feared, more kings slowly started to appear, making the fight trickier. I also had trouble remembering which one I was attacking after a while and we eventually die. The next attempt was also a big failure. And again, we get to the halfway mark before being overwhelmed. I definitely need a change in strategy. I then take a new approach and head to Blighttown through the Daughter of Chaos bonfire. We then go up a different set of scaffolds and face a huge bug concealing a powerful spell. Yes, I was killed by the bug. We try again, kill the bug from behind and get a power within. Now we need to get the pyromancer hand, but before that we also collect another firekeeper soul from Blighttown. So we head down to the Capra demon, make short work of him and head to the depths, freeing the pyromancer guy and receiving the pyromancy hand to use the spell we just obtained. With this and a dream, we try again at the Four Kings. We enter the boss room and activate power within, which increases damage but also damages us. I could see the damage was increased slightly, but we still die. Attempt number 38,943. We get the health bar down to about halfway again, but once more we are ambushed by the army of kings. We try again and again and eventually get a run where we manage to do big damage to each king as not to get overrun, and eventually victory was ours. Sadly, I don't attempt the DLC, but comment down below if I should for the next challenge run. To make up for it, I kill the hidden asylum demon. I know, it's not exactly compensation, but it's more bosses than I killed on the last challenge run. Wasting no time at all, we place the Lord Souls and head into the kiln of the First Flame, past the Black Knights and finally to Gwyn. This was possibly the easiest boss fight. If you remember earlier, I said the parry damage was quite significant, and Gwyn is parryable, so it was a matter of good timing and patience to take out Gwyn and complete this challenge, proving that yes, you can complete Dark Souls with the rarest weapon in the game. To conclude, the Dark Blade is rare, and for such a rare weapon, you would expect so much more. It was honestly one of the worst weapons in the game, and not worth the grind, especially as you can't use it with resins, and it takes Twinkling Titanite to upgrade. Honestly, very trash F tier. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then check out the last challenge video that's on screen now. Also, maybe consider subscribing to catch more. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for checking out these silly little challenges, and I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.